Fuel costs continue to rise year after year, making it harder to survive in the transportation industry. And even got a little bit harder when back in 2019 a fuel charge was implemented across Canada, causing a lot of our fuel costs to increase, especially in the transportation industry affected directly. Now, depending where your routes are and where you're delivering your loads, you could perhaps even get $1,000 back in your bank account if you take advantage of this fuel charge. Hi guys, my name is Matthew Lopez, and today we're going to be going over a topic that most of you know as carbon tax. Now, if this is a foreign topic to you, it is simply a legislation led by our government to increase the cost of energy. So what that means in the transportation industry, it automatically increases your fuel costs across the board. So to give you an idea, in the past 5 years, fuel costs has increased about 35% if you're somebody operating across Canada and delivering loads from province to province. Now, like I mentioned earlier, if you are in the situation where a lot of times you're fueling your truck here in Canada, but a lot of your loads are delivered cross-border, then you typically are looking at money back once this carbon tax became mandatory in Canada. So it is mandatory now for everybody to have a carbon tax account, but it doesn't always mean what most truckers think, that they're gonna have to pay something on top of all their expenses already. Sometimes for you it may be getting some money back, and even close to $1,000 on a monthly basis. Now let me give you an example if you're in a situation where you're actually getting a rebate back from carbon tax. So in the scenario of somebody operating out of where we are right now, Mississauga, Ontario, let's say you fill up your truck today. Typically on average a truck is about 1,000 liters for both tanks. Once you actually cross the border, it's only about 100 kilometers for you to get to the border and get to the US and anywhere south of Canada or anywhere outside of Canada for that matter. So as soon as you're outside of Canada, even though you filled your truck here in Ontario, most of your fuel is going to be spent outside of Canada, which means you actually get that carbon tax back. So if you're somebody operating a single truck and your typical route is from here, Ontario, or anywhere near the border over to the US, typically you can look at it about $1,000 back in your carbon tax. Now, I did mention this is something that has been mandatory since 2019. So if you're somebody who is operating in the industry and don't have a carbon tax account yet, it is something that you have to start looking into. It is when we file your carbon taxes, we can only go back a quarter if you're supposed to get a rebate. So if you're somebody in that situation where you're going from Ontario over to the south of the border, then you typically can only go back a quarter, which means any quarters or any years that went past, we can't go back to get the money in your pocket. But the sooner you open up an account, then the sooner you're able to start getting that money back into your pocket. Earlier we made a video on our channel talking about how fuel expenses are killing transportation businesses. So don't let an opportunity like simple carbon tax on your fuel push you away from your bottom line, because it is an opportunity for you to improve that bottom line and have a bit better cash flow for your business every single quarter. Now, if you're watching this video and you want to get your carbon tax account open but don't really know how, we at M7 Taxes can certainly help you getting all set up with your transportation. It's a few forms that we have to fill out and make sure that you are eligible to be registered under carbon tax. And obviously if you're crossing the border, we can start getting that money back for you every quarter. So if you are somebody who has to do IFTA on a quarterly basis, then you typically have to do carbon tax as well. So a lot of transportations aren't aware of that. But that is why we're here, to be able to help you get set up with the account. Make sure you file it every single quarter so you're up to date, and even possibly improve your cash flow so that you can have a little bit of money coming back into your business if you're paying for something that you don't really have to pay for, especially when you operate mainly outside of Canada. Now, if you did like this video, give it a thumbs up, click the bell so you know when we post the next video. And obviously follow our page so you can always get up-to-date information about the industry, how to survive, and obviously how to improve that bottom line so that you can keep moving forward and grow your business that way. Now, if you did want to get your carbon tax account open, we're going to leave a link down in the description where you can book a meeting with us. We can certainly go over your carbon tax filing, make sure you're registered, and even support you with any other needs in your transportation business, as we got different divisions that we can support you in any way to make sure you can move forward. Thank you, take care, and have a good day, guys.